Some Disney World purchases have the potential of ruining your Disney World vacation. How? We're going to find out here on DFB Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Disney World's going to throw a lot of stuff your way all at once, and if you're not careful, you're going to feel like you need to purchase everything in order to pull off a successful vacation, but that's not the case. So if you avoid these 7 purchases, you'll not only save money, but you'll also save peace of mind, and trust me, you're going to need that in Disney World. Let's start off with the way Disney tries to convince you to purchase 2 park tickets for one day with those after-hour events in Magic Kingdom. How much would you be willing to pay to celebrate the holiday season in Magic Kingdom? $50? $100? What about over $200? The fully fledged Magic Kingdom holiday parties are coming back for the first time since 2019, and that's exciting. But if you're not prepared for the extra expense, those price tags could come back to haunt you. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party both take place after Magic Kingdom closes. So in order to participate in all the holiday-themed festivities, you're going to have to purchase a separate party ticket on top of the standard theme park ticket you've already purchased, because a Magic Kingdom park ticket does not mean you can go to the after-hours parties without that second ticket, and vice versa. Depending on when you decide to hit up these parties, you're looking at paying between $109 and $189 per adult for Not So Scary, and $149 and $199 per adult for Very Merry. Even for a single adult, you're going to be looking at spending around $250 to $350 for one day in the Magic Kingdom if you decide to go all out and pay for both the regular and holiday party tickets. So here's how you're going to save your money. Let's say you really want to go to a holiday party. Totally fair. Trick-or-treating around the Magic Kingdom is a blast, and who doesn't love a good Snope Fest on Main Street, USA? So try timing your visit to when those party prices are going to be at their lowest. The closer you get to the actual holidays, the higher the prices are going to spike. So going to Not So Scary in August might seem like a super early kickoff to spooky season, but party tickets are only going to cost you $109 rather than $189, which is what they spike up to there at the end of October. Same rule applies for Very Merry. The earlier in November you can book your party tickets, aside from the party's kickoff date on November 8th, the lower your ticket price is going to be. The cheapest Christmas party days are going to happen on November 10th, 14th, 15th, and 17th. Now, if you do want to prioritize those holiday party tickets, you may want to prioritize them fully, as in skip the regular park ticket for now so you don't have to pay for double the ticket prices in a single day. Even though your holiday party tickets won't let you into the park during the day, you'll still be able to enter Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m., even though the parties don't technically start until 7. So that's an extra 3 hours that you can still hit up a few rides before the sun sets and the party starts. And even when the parties do start up for the night, you can still hit up more Magic Kingdom rides, if that's how you want to spend your party time. In fact, you'll be able to ride several rides with much shorter wait times than you'd normally experience during a regular park day. Not to mention, you'll be able to see the holiday overlays for select rides and attractions too. Okay, this next point is for all you completionists out there, all you people that have to do everything. If you're not careful, you might find yourself sucked into an Epcot scavenger hunt that'll take your money and potentially make you nauseous. And we're talking about the festival food strolls that you can find featured on the back of those complimentary Epcot festival passports, which you can pick up at either the entrance to the park or any of the Epcot gift shops. There are 4 different food walks to the 4 different festivals, and each food walk will give you a list of 5 items to try around the booths. Each time you purchase an item listed on your food stroll, you'll earn a stamp on your passport. Once you collect the 5 stamps, you'll be able to redeem it for a special prize. Sounds like a good time, right? And it can be, but it can also not be. For starters, this food walk kind of boxes you in. Instead of branching out and trying festival items you really want, you're stuck to buying items on the food walk, meaning you could fill up on those items before getting to the food you really want to try. And spoiler alert, that prize is usually just more food, which after you've eaten yourself silly around the parks might be the last thing you want as your major reward. Not to mention, if you decide to do the Festival of the Holidays food crawl, you'll be participating in a holiday cookie stroll. So that's cookie after cookie after cookie, which maybe that's great for you, but that's a lot of cookies. And you know what that prize usually is? Literally another cookie. So how do you save your money on this one? You want to take on an Epcot Food Walk challenge? Do it as a team. Break up the scavenger hunt load between multiple members of your group. That way, you'll only have to buy and munch on 1 or 2 items rather than take all 5. plus the completionist reward by yourself. Just make sure this is something at least a few people in your group are cool with attempting, or you can all go around to them and share them. You don't want to force your family and friends to purchase festival foods just for the sake of completing a challenge when it really wasn't something they wanted to spend money on in the first place. But if it's just you and your hubby and your kids, y'all can do it together, and that's a family experience that's worth the price. So if you're going to be visiting Epcot on more than one day, or if you have a park hopper ticket that will allow you to return to Epcot on another day, you don't have to finish your food crawl all in one go. Save your stamped booklet and pick up where you left off later on in the week. That is a great tip. And don't forget, there's another type of Epcot scavenger hunt that'll be available at each of these festivals. These scavenger hunts come with game boards and stickers and send you on a mission to track down different characters around the World Showcase. Festival game boards only cost a single price, like around $8 or $9, instead of making you pay for food at multiple locations. You can also pick up your game prize before you complete the scavenger hunt, if you so desire. So even if you don't have time to finish the game board, you'll still have the souvenir to celebrate your attempt. All right, time for the most controversial purchase out there. Before you jump into the comments, ready to praise or tear into Genie Plus, let's really explore when My Disney Experience's premium planning tool can become a waste of your time and money. Not always, but sometimes. For $15 per person per day, you can pay for Disney Genie Plus and have access to the lightning lanes of over 40 different rides and attractions, meaning you can bypass the main standby queues in exchange for shorter lines. $15 for one person? Nothing to sneeze at. $15 for one person for 4 park days, $60 extra. A little more costly, but still not as expensive as a Spirit jersey or anything. But if you're a family of 4 doing 4 consecutive park days, you're looking at an extra $240 spent on top of everything else you're already paying for. And this price does not include the most popular park rides like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at the Magic Kingdom, Cosmic Rewind in Epcot, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and Flight of Passage at Disney's Animal Kingdom. In order to get a lightning lane for those rides, you'll have to pay for individual lightning lane entrances, which means you're looking at a separate fluctuating price per ride per person. Usually it's in the $15 to $17 range. Now, I know it's tricky. We've got more info explaining all the specifics on the DFB website, and I'll link our main Disney Genie page in the description below for you to check out later on. We do a really good job explaining it, if I do say so myself. Am I going to tell you not to buy Genie Plus in general? No, I usually buy it when I'm in the parks and I use it. But maybe I'm going to tell you not to buy Genie Plus if you're not planning on getting up and around and really getting your money's worth out of this system. Because when it comes to the Genie, if you snooze, you lose, literally. So here's how to save your money when it comes to Genie Plus. There are a lot of different strategies you can look into to really maximize your Genie Plus purchase and get as many lightning lanes as possible in a single day. But that would kind of get lengthy to talk about here. So what I'll talk about instead is a hypothetical. Let's say you're in Magic Kingdom and it's busy as busy can get. And you know you're in for it when you see It's a Small World start pushing that dreaded 30+ minute wait. By 2 p.m., you might be ready to throw in that towel. But in a last-ditch effort to avoid waiting in yet another 60+ minute line, you think, I know, why don't we add that Genie Plus thing? Don't I hear those people over on DFB talk about that thing a lot? Sure, it's possible for you to add Genie Plus now that you're in the thick of it, but should you? If the crowds really are as intense as you say they are, then by the time you purchase Genie Plus this late in the day, there's a good chance all those return time windows for the more popular rides are either going to be for really late in the day, which will push into the Disney Enchantment show time or step on your dinner reservations, or they'll be completely gone, which means you're going to be left with the meager leftovers and you just spent a bunch of money to get a marginally shorter wait for like Winnie the Pooh. No offense, Winnie, like we're buds. Now for the parks you do want to purchase Genie Plus for, you're going to need to watch the clock carefully, get a head start for your day. You're not going to be able to purchase Genie Plus before your big trip, but you can add it beginning at midnight the day of your visit. So if you think you can stay awake for that, it's not a bad idea to get Genie Plus purchased and linked to your group before the first rounds of reservations drop, which start at 7 a.m. If you can grab your first ride return time as soon as the lightning lanes release during that 7 a.m. drop, you're already well on your way to getting your money's worth for the day, because you booked that one for right at opening time, and then as soon as you ride that, you can book another. And don't forget about that 120-minute rule. If your next ride time is more than 2 hours away, wait those 2 hours and you can book another ride time. Again, I know it's a lot, but in a nutshell, if you don't learn more about this system before your visit, or you don't plan on taking the time to see how Genie Plus can benefit you instead of frustrate you, then you don't need to be buying this planning tool. You'd be better off saving your moolah and and avoiding the headache. Biggest point here, don't buy it in the afternoon. If you're going to buy Genie Plus, buy it in the morning and use it. And Disney's all about plus-up options lately, right? So let's call out another one for good measure. Yep, we're talking about park hopping and Park Hopper Plus. There are single-day Disney World park tickets, but there are also Park Hopper tickets. Then there's a third, more expensive ticket tier that nobody seems to ever talk about. Instead of paying an extra $65 per ticket to access Disney's Park Hopper service, you can pay an extra $85 per ticket to get a Park Hopper Plus, which not only gives you the capabilities to jump from park to park after 2 p.m., but you also get to add on an extra Disney World experience to your vacation. According to the Disney World website, a 4-day Park Hopper Plus ticket allows 4 extra activity visits, and a 5-day ticket allows 5 extra activity visits. And then they list off all the different activities you can choose from. Only here's the problem. The list of activities doesn't add up to much lately. Disney's Blizzard Beach is closed. ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex is closed. The NBA experience is permanently closed. And the 2 mini golf courses are only good to go to prior to 4 p.m. Lots of limitations there, so the only way you're really going to get your money's worth out of this plus is if you want to experience Disney's Typhoon Lagoon, one of Disney's 9-hole golf courses, and you want a park hop. Both conditions have to exist to make this ticket worth your while. So, how to save your money on this one? Think through your trip here. If you're going on a weekend getaway, Park Hopper Plus probably isn't going to benefit you. You'll only have a limited time in the parks as is, so trying to squeeze in an extra activity is going to make things a little tight. Single day ticket or regular Park Hopper, those are going to do just fine. Save the $20. If you're going on a longer trip, you might not need a Park Hopper edition at all, especially if you decide to buy 4 park tickets to spend a full day in each park. If you want to go mini golfing at either Fantasia Gardens or Winter Summerland, don't feel like you have to have a Park Hopper Plus to experience these. The mini golf courses cost $14 per adult and $12 per kid, so it'd actually be a few dollars cheaper to buy them separately without the Park Hopper Plus option. But like I said earlier, if you were already planning on park hopping and visiting Disney's Typhoon Lagoon, if only to get your hands on one of those sweet Hey Dole Whip cones, which I so wouldn't judge you for, then that's when Park Hopper Plus might be worth your while, since normally Typhoon tickets are $69 per adult and $63 per kid. Now, you thought that was all the plus-up options Disney was going to ask you to purchase while you're in their parks? Think again. Here's the newest gadget on the block. Buy now, think later. That's what Disney wants you to do, especially when it comes to their latest merchandise releases that involve state-of-the-art technology. For years, Disney World has pushed their way into our hearts with their Magic Bands, which are these chunky-looking bracelets that hold your hotel keys, park tickets, reservation info, credit cards, and PhotoPass downloads. But I've already talked to you about the standard old Magic Band purchases in the past. We even have a whole stinking video about it. If you want to spend money on a new band for each visit, cool. But if you want to stick to using the totally free Magic mobile tool on the My Disney Experience app, or your old Magic Bands, still cool. To each their own. I've been using the same Magic Band for like 10 years. But there's a new type of Magic Band getting ready to make its way in town, and it's called Magic Band Plus. Is the word plus starting to sound strange to anyone else? Magic Band Plus not only does the very same things that the older models can do, but it'll also bring new immersive Disney features. You'll be able to use it to interact with the 50th anniversary statues around the parks and accept super secret missions in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Not to mention they light up along with the Magic Kingdom and Epcot nighttime spectaculars. There's like haptic vibrations. It's wild. Yeah, I know, I'm not really selling it on the whole do not buy idea, but hear me out. We were able to get our hands on a basic Magic Band Plus design before the big release because Disney accidentally put them out in the stores, and it cost us around $30. Normally, a standard Magic Band without the Plus is going to cost you between $19.99 and $29.99. So the fact that the basic Magic Band Plus design starts at what was once peak Magic Band pricing means we have yet to see how much the highly themed Magic Band Plus designs will wind up costing. So if you want to get Magic Band Plus in its most basic form for your family of 4, you're looking at spending an extra $120. So, how to save money? When Magic Band Plus does finally release, you and your group need to ask yourselves the following questions before investing in these new designs. 1, is this something you really want to invest in for future trips, or are you wanting it just because it's the hot new thing on the market? 2, will you actually use and enjoy the new features, or will your glowing Magic Band Plus distract you from the fireworks? 3, do you still have a Magic Band from your last trip you can use instead? And 4, aka the most important question of them all, will the Magic Band Plus be a one and done for you? I mean, think about it. Even if you're about to embark on your first ever Disney World trip and you're wanting to go all out, you're really not going to have much use for your Magic Band Plus when you're at home. I know, it's fun to wear it to the grocery store and try to use it to pay. Believe me, I've done it too, but you can't. So if it's going to be a while before you return to the most magical place on Earth, you might want to save your souvenir money and invest it in something that you'll get more use out of long term after you return home. Okay, now this next point stings just a little bit, but the truth, we gotta set it free for all of our sakes. Even the best Disney World restaurants can become straight up pickpockets. It's true. When it comes to the end of a satisfying meal and you're looking to grab a small sweet treat to cap things off, some restaurants are like, I'm sorry, you want to pay under $10 for dessert? Why would you want to do that when you could pay the same price that you would for an entire meal? I'm talking about the $22 50th anniversary petite cake at Amorette's, or a $34 chocolate fiesta pyramid at San Angel Inn Restaurante, San Angel Inn, whatever you guys want me to say, in Epcot, or even the $32 Cheers to 50 Years ice cream sundae at the Plaza Restaurant in Magic Kingdom. Notice a common theme for these desserts? They're special for the 50th anniversary festivities. Disney likes to do that, release a limited time snack or dessert while also upping the quantity and price. They expect guests to still purchase it because they might not get another chance to do so in the future. And these desserts are fun and picturesque and ginormous, but are they really going to be worth the price of another meal, especially if you're ordering it after eating a hearty lunch or dinner? So let's talk about this one and how to save money. I don't have to tell you to stretch your sharing skills for these desserts, right? You were probably already planning on splitting these with other people in the group, but if you're a table of 2, these desserts still might be more than you bargained for. Limited time desserts don't have to be steeply priced, however. Oftentimes, Disney's classic Dole Whip treats are going to undergo seasonal makeovers around the parks, featuring limited time flavors and toppings and floats and interesting theming, and they'll still be around $6 or $7. Cupcakes, same category, but are just a little less drippy when exposed to the sun. Many quick and counter service locations will serve up specialty cupcakes with exclusive icing and cake flavor combos with the potential of extra special sweet-centered fillings for around $5 to $7. Over at Woody's Lunchbox in Disney's Hollywood Studios, the Lunchbox tarts come out with fun seasonal designs and they cost less than $5. And let's not forget the desserts around the different Epcot Festival booths, just as long as you're not overdoing it with cookie after cookie after cookie, right? Like we talked about this before. This is why I love working on the DFB snack guides that the team and I put up on the DFB store website. There are just so many options to choose from, and Disney keeps updating their menus constantly. So if you want to study up on the latest snacks before your big trip, and believe me, you'll want to study up on them to find the real good ones before you get there, we can help you not only track down the tastiest ones, but also the most affordable ones that you still want to buy. You can use the code YouTube if you want to download one of our digital guides for some extra savings on your overall purchase. Just head over to dfbstore.com. Okay, not gonna lie, I'm kind of embarrassed about this next point, and you're gonna see what I mean. I'm gonna cut to the chase here. Stop buying Disney's shoulder pets if you're gonna worry about them all day long. Controversial? Maybe. Bria fully admits right here that she owns lots, but they can be a major pain to wear around. I'm talking about all shoulder pets, like the banshees sold in Wind Traders at Animal Kingdom, or the monkey lizards sold in Creature Corner at Hollywood Studios, or even the smaller plush shoulder characters of your favorite sidekicks sold at lots of gift shops around property. They are cute. They help you express to everyone else your favorite character, but oh my goodness, they stress us out. For starters, backpacks and shoulder pets are not a good team. Anytime you've got to adjust those bag straps, you run the risk of knocking your little buddy right off your arm and onto the park floor. Though you've got decent enough magnets holding these little guys upright, you're always going to run the risk of having your kid lose them just because they raised their arms a little too high or danced a little too hard, or I don't know, did a cartwheel. And losing your little pet can be just as traumatic as accidentally letting go of a Disney balloon and watching it fly away. And if you're investing in one of the bulkier shoulder pets, those do not get along with tank tops. The bigger puppet pet's attached to your sleeve thanks to a heavy-duty magnet, but if you're wearing spaghetti straps or just really thin sleeves in general, then you might find your puppet shoulder pal to be a little unstable. And though some folks really don't mind the added weight of a banshee or a monkey lizard, nor do they mind the metal plate they're going to have to wear on their shoulder all day long, it can wind up being a little too much extra baggage for others, especially when you're already kind of cranky from the Orlando heat. So if you want to sport your favorite sidekick around the parks, there are lots of different ways you can pull that off. Get a keychain to put on your park bag, or buy a shirt that you'll be able to wear out and about outside of the Disney parks, because hate to break it to you, but those shoulder pets are probably not something you're going to make an everyday accessory outside of a Disney vacation. However, if your kid is bound and determined to invest in a shoulder pet, or maybe you've got a Bria, but you're afraid they're going to lose it while you're roaming around the parks, then you might want to consider packing a safety pin to fasten the little guy in place. That way, you can spare the tears and the idea of having to backtrack to purchase a replacement. All right, I know some of those might have hit a little too close to home for you. They did for us too. But here's to hoping you can reevaluate those purchases and decide if they're really going to be the best way to spend your hard-earned cash and budget on your next Disney World vacation. Hope this helped, everybody. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.